Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Woo! Did about 4 miles today, 4 more miles than I probably should have, seeing that today is technically supposed to be my recovery day. But when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Damn it. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. All right. That's like I was telling you yesterday. I didn't hit my goal yesterday, not because it was just fatigue. It was all lack of sleep in my body. My legs started feeling it in my legs, and I just made the business decision yesterday to stop early. But you better believe that the next day, and this is the beautiful thing about training, the next day you got to come out when you didn't hit your goal, when you didn't hit what it is, when you fell short of where it is you trying to go. It's up to you. I'm talking to you. It's up to you. All right. I'm using myself as an example. I'm holding myself accountable, but it's up to you to say, all right, if I'm blessed enough to see the next day, I'm gonna bring it. If I'm blessed enough to see the next day, I'm going to bring it. And I'm not going to play down to the competition. There's tons of people out there that'll be impressed at the fact that I ran 13 miles. I was not yesterday. I ran 13 miles yesterday, basically a half marathon yesterday, but I was not, because I know the goal was 20 miles. All right. So you got to judge yourself on your standards. So the next day I come out, do 4 miles more than I was supposed to, because it was a recovery day. And that's the mindset you got to have if you're really serious about trying to get this shit done. Really. And if you're in this world, if you watch these videos, that is the mindset you got to have. If you're going to stay around here for a while, you better have that mindset every single day, to bring it every single day, bring that fire every single day. All right. Because of a lot of the things I'm getting ready to tell you right now today, as far as today's Move Swiftly thought, the headline grabber today is about a safety for Colorado. His name is Henry Blackburn, where, like the majority of people listening to me right now, did not know who Henry Blackburn was about, what, we'll say 48 hours ago. maybe a little over 48 hours ago, probably closer to 72 hours ago, whatever, before Saturday, before his hit on Travis Hunter. No one knew who Henry Blackburn was, right? So because of the unfortunate situation that happened and Travis Hunter went down and an injury, is going to be out for a couple weeks because of the hit that Henry Blackburn, who's a safety, like I mentioned, the safety for Colorado State, had a hit on Travis Hunter because of who the player was. Now everyone in the world knows him, right? Everyone in the world knows him. He's famous, and quote unquote famous now for being the guy that took Travis Hunter out of the game with a dirty hit, a cheap shot, like a lot of people want to call it. All right. So as I give my thoughts on this, let me first and foremost, I have to commend Travis Hunter and Coach Primetime Deion Sanders. I love Deion, love Coach Primetime and what he's doing, what he's all about, but I love him even more for him stepping up, and not only him stepping up, but Travis Hunter stepping up and not feeding into the hype and saying, look, this is football. These kinds of plays happen. We wish no ill will, death threats and things of that nature coming down to Henry Blackburn after a game, after something that happened in a football game, is completely unnecessary. So I have to commend both Travis Hunter and Coach Primetime for making that statement and stopping something that could be really, really unfortunate, and just, giving people the perspective and understanding that it's a game, guys. It's a game. There's no need for him to be receiving death threats. That young man, he's a college student. He's trying to do some productive things in his life. Something happened on the football field that was unfortunate, that could have happened anywhere. There's absolutely no need for it. We got to stop it. And as adults and fans, people who are adults in this business, we got to stop it. Stop it. All right. Now, for my next point, the main thought for today is this is what happens. This is what happens when we become overly supportive of a certain individual, and it has me thinking about a time. This was back when the George Floyd stuff was happening and the racial tensions were incredibly high, about 4 years ago, right? And I believe it was when LeBron James and President Donald Trump was going back and forth in the media. They're going back and forth about, his re-election and just a bunch of political mumbo jumbo that I really didn't want to pay too much attention to, because it's just fucking a back and forth. It's like going around in circles, right? But anyway, what I did watch is I watched President Obama came on the shop with LeBron James. So LeBron James obviously has the influence to give President Barack Obama a call, and President Barack Obama comes on the shop with him, and he has a, you know, an unfiltered show where they're in a barbershop. Great concept, by the way. We're in a barbershop, and, you know, everyone's just talking, free flow talking and all that. And I remember Obama saying this when he was a guest on this show. He goes, look, there was a group of black people, a huge group of black people who voted me in office in 2008, and as soon as they voted me in office, it was more about, you know, all right, you know, go about your business, Barack. Go about your business, Barack. He said that specifically, so I encourage you guys to go back and listen to the show. But the point that he's making is the same point I want to make to you guys today, especially if you're of the Coach Prime, you know, Travis Hunter, if you're in that world, so to speak, right? If you're in that world and you're understanding that, yes, the support is great, but you cannot do it because of the quote unquote support that you're getting from so many different people. You got to be out there grinding because it's what you love to do, and it's got to come from a deeper reason. And unfortunately, these situations, you see them, the majority of situations like this, you see them happen with black people, right? Where the support is incredible initially, and then you give it time, all of a sudden you start to see the support waver off. The same thing President Barack Obama was saying in terms of, hey, thank you, they voted me in office, now they feel like they did what they did, their part on, you know, November, whatever it was when they voted me in. Now it's go about your business, right? That's the difficult part about when you want to achieve major things and you're a minority is, yes, you're going to get a lot of support initially, but sooner or later you have to have the knowledge, you have to have the information, you have to have the ability, you have to have everything it is you need to move on and keep growing without that fan support, without those huge fan bases, because I'm telling you from experience, they will not be there in the dark times. They will not be there. They will not be there through thick and thin. At some point, you got to do it for you, and you got to do it because it's what you love to do. It's because what you love to do. Understand, all right? It is absolutely, it's easy to fall into this trap. It's very easy, and I could speak for hours upon hours on this very topic. I've done episode after episode on this, but be very cognizant and be very aware of all these kinds of things, all right? And I will do more on this, just stay tuned. The main website to check out to dive deeper into my world, makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.